What's going on, guys? Let's talk about KASPA and a new exchange that you can buy KASPA on in the United States. Let's jump right on into it. All right, so KASPA's price today is sitting at 12.57 cents, down another 4.14% for the day. Now, I know we just saw Bitcoin make a small rally here, and very few altcoins followed on this rally. And I think at this point in time, Bitcoin is still trending upwards in its dominance. And I think altcoins, in order to truly start to move and move good and move fast, need Bitcoin to get above that 70 to 73K mark and kind of bust through that convincingly and stay above that. And then I think altcoins will start running drastically. That being said, KASPA in the past has gone counter to Bitcoin and has ran when Bitcoin didn't run. So there's always an option or a scenario where KASPA does actually run before Bitcoin runs, but its market cap is getting bigger and it's probably at a point where for the most part it's going to follow Bitcoin's moves. When it was younger and its market cap was super low, it would be able to make larger moves a lot faster because it didn't take as much money to move the market cap and the price as it does now. So we're kind of in this, I know we've been talking about like any day now, the price is going to go up, but we're kind of in this, window of things are starting to look bullish again. But that doesn't mean we're immediately going to go to all-time highs, right? We're going to have to kind of wiggle around. There was resistance in Bitcoin's price at exactly where it topped out in this last little rally yesterday and the day before at about 68K. And that's the resistance it needs to get through, and it didn't this time. I would imagine it's going to chop around at roughly the areas that we're at right now until we get some more clarity. Maybe they need the election to be over with. Maybe, I don't know exactly what it's going to take. But again, I'm going to tell you that it's not going to be too much longer from now. From here to the end of the year, it's got to move up, I think. And I think it's got to move up decisively somewhere in that amount of time. So it's going to be kind of annoying because you're going to hear YouTubers come on and be like, oh, this is it. This is the start of the bull run. But the start of the bull run doesn't necessarily mean that we're going to smash through previous all-time highs and go to Valhalla immediately. There is going to be red days. There are going to be pullbacks. There's not going to be massive pullbacks anymore, but there are going to be red days. And you've got to remember that it's not going to be just one giant green candle that takes us all the way up to the moon. We're going to have days where we move up a little bit. We're going to have days where we pull back a little bit. We're going to have days where we move up massively. And I would imagine most of those days are going to come next year, but we might see a few of those days come by the end of this year as well. But just keep in mind that the start of the bull run doesn't mean price go up and price never go down again. So, we've kind of just got to wait this out, chop around, maybe even a little bit more, and slowly grind our way up rather than massive green candles. I don't know. We're going to have to see how it plays out, But what I don't want you guys to do is get discouraged and frustrated because we're on the verge of something very good happening. Okay, so next thing I want to show you guys is a TradingView chart. And I'm going to blow this up so you can see it better. We've got the daily chart here on KASPA, USDT. And if you see here, this trend line has played out twice now, and we are on the verge of hitting this trend line for a third time, which would in theory be, some would consider that a triple bottom. Some would consider that hitting this trend line and then we're going to bounce back up. I don't know. I would imagine that unless we see a black swan event or something crazy happen, I imagine that we're going to use this trend line as a bottom, which means we're pretty much there. If you were to get the exact number, you're looking at about 11.7 cents we could potentially go to. Could we go lower? Yes. Like I said, if we have some sort of event that the market's not expecting. But I imagine that this is going to be roughly our bottom point, and we're basically sitting already almost there. So what's 1 cent one way or another when you really think about it long term, when we're expecting KASPA to go to, $3 potentially next year? So in my opinion, this is a good sign, because we're probably just ranging here around these, around this local bottom that we're going to potentially set here. And then as soon as the market decides to turn around, then we should see, some green candles come up and potentially go back up to the top of this trend line, which is going to be, well above 30, 40, 50 cents. And remember, these blue vertical lines here are 100-day intervals, and we've made a new all-time high. We talked about this a couple videos ago in each of these 100-day windows. And, we are, again, roughly 45 days from the end of this window. So we should see, if this trend continues, an all-time high within the next 45 days or so, if I were to predict. That the trend doesn't have to play out this time, but it's played out, at 3 or 4 different reference points already. So it's something to potentially look forward to within the next 45 days. And that would give us a new all-time high. That wouldn't just give us a couple green candles. That would be, all the way up above the 22-cent range. So let's keep an eye on that, and we'll see how things go. Now, one other thing I wanted to talk about today was a new exchange that is not actually terribly new anymore, because a lot of you guys may already know about this and have heard of it, but Pionex. It's a new US exchange that you can buy KASPA on, and it is the first US exchange that you can actually trade KASPA USDT and KASPA USD pairs. So you can do some trading as well on this exchange. And this is good for US users who don't want to use a VPN, because I know a lot of you that might be a little bit too confusing for you. And this exchange and this site is very straightforward to use. So as I mentioned, it's regulated in 47 US states. So it's been through all the rigorous legal procedures to make sure that it's legal to operate in the US, which means it's probably safer than some of those other exchanges out there as well, because a lot more hoops you have to jump through in order to operate in the US. The trading fees are also very low, swapping inside the Tangent wallet, and I believe the fees on Uphold are pretty high as well. So if you were on Uphold and you are trying to find a different spot to, buy and sell or trade KASPA, then Pionex might be a good option for you. So Pionex also has a global exchange, which is international for anybody outside of the US. They have already listed Nacho token on their global exchange, and they are listing Nacho on their US based exchange in the very near future. I believe in a couple months or so, if I recall. And they are in talks also with other KRC20 projects to list on their exchange as well. So when it's all said and done, this is probably a very good exchange to at least sign up and get yourself an account, because they seem to be gung-ho, I guess is a good word, and cutting edge as far as wanting to bring on as many KRC20 projects as they can. And if you like the KASPA ecosystem and you like KRC20 tokens, then this is probably an exchange that you want to have an account with, because you're going to be able to, in the near future, get a pretty good array of options as far as KRC20, and obviously you're going to be able to buy or trade KASPA as well. And so I'll have the link for Pionex US and Pionex Global down in the description below if you guys want to check it out. Just click the link and then create an account, and I believe there's some incentives as well for creating an account. You can get $200 right off the bat. There's also, by entering a trading contest and finishing first place, second place gets 6,000 and third place gets 3,000. If you guys think that you are expert traders, maybe that's something you want to do too. But anyways, what I'm trying to get at here is they're new to the US, so they've got a bunch of different incentives for new users to join and win some prizes, win some money, win some KASPA. So that being said, besides all of this type of stuff, I think it's a good exchange anyways for anybody in the US to at least sign up and get an account, and you're able to buy KASPA with cheaper fees than you are pretty much anywhere else. The fact that it's jumped through the legal hoops of the US, which is very strict, then it should, in theory, be safer than most other exchanges out there. So what I want to do here, guys, is show you how to buy KASPA on PioneX, because some of these exchanges can be a little confusing to work with. If you're not used to these types of exchanges, it can be a little hard to do. So I want to walk you through it real quick. So this is what the homepage interface is going to look like. And in order to, you're going to have to transfer money into this exchange. And then in order to purchase, we're going to come over here to the top and come down to spot trading. You transfer your USDT over to your PioneX account, or you can just buy USDT with fiat money straight from this site as well. You have to link a bank account. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here. We're already sitting on KASPA USDT, okay? If it's something else, you're just going to click it up here. And for instance, if I wanted to change it to BTC USDT or Dogecoin or Ethereum, whatever you want to do, that'll get you onto the correct crypto that you want to buy. Now we're going to come over here to the left-hand side, and we're going to make sure you click this link right here for market buy. We don't want to limit buy. We don't want to grid buy. We want to market buy, because we want to buy the current price of KASPA as it sits right now. And the amount of USDT that you're going to use, I have $395 available. And since KASPA is actually at a pretty good price right now, I'm going to just spend that on KASPA. And you're just going to move this dial all the way through. If you want to stop halfway, if you want to stop a quarter of the way and just buy a little bit, you don't have to spend your whole amount of money. But you come over here to the end, and it's going to say $395. Estimated quantity is 3,137 KASPA. Transaction fee is 3 KASPAs. You're going to hit buy KAS, and then it says created successfully. You bought 3138 KASPA for 12.5 cents roughly. And if we come back over here to our wallet, it's going to show 6,100 KASPA, but some of that's in a bot. And this is the stuff that's actually tradable. So this was the purchase amount that we just purchased right here. So that'll just show up in your wallet. And that's basically it, guys. Let me know if you, in the comment section, if you guys actually want to see how those grid bots, trading bots work. And I can potentially do a video just on that to show you guys how to set it up and how to get it going. And what it's doing is it's basically grid trading, buying and selling and trying to accumulate more KASPA for you is what it's really doing over time. So again, remember guys, link in the description for both PioneX US as well as PioneX Global. And if this is something you guys potentially want to sign up for and have access to, I would recommend it, because you can never have too many exchanges that you have access to for trading and buying KASPA, where if one's not working, one went down, one's halting withdrawals, one's doing this, one's doing that, you have different options for different things. So that's the reason why I signed up for PioneX, as well as it's a US regulated exchange, and they are very pro KASPA and they are very pro KRC20 tokens. So that sets them at a more of a special place in my heart than other exchanges because of that factor, because I love KASPA and because I love KRC20 tokens. So sign up, get yourself an account, play around on it, buy some KASPA, trade some KASPA, enter some of those contests if you want to, and try and win some money. In the meantime, guys, continue to pack your damn bags before it's too late. I will see you in the next video. Peace out.